Alright, hello everybody. We are back with another stream. I have put I really haven't done a whole lot of preparation for this. I was just like, well, I got time and I wanted to get a stream out earlier than my normal time since it's the weekend and I can do that. And so we're here. I know what I want the theme today to be, and it's still revolving around Roller. And it's also a clickbait title, so it definitely works. So essentially the theme is don't ignore me. So it's a bunch of Tems that more or less demand attention, or else it's going to be stuff like free scaling and mainly just free scaling. So I know a few Tems I'm absolutely putting on here, and then we'll figure out the rest from there. So first we got Unnoticed Move Flank. It's the trait I don't play nearly as often, but it's still good nonetheless. Free stats are definitely valuable. And we also got both settling Tems. I'm not sure if I'm having both on the team exactly yet, but we're gonna consider it. So I'll leave them both on there for now, and then we'll look at weaknesses later. I haven't used Cernif in ages, so if I have to choose between them, I'll probably go with Cernif in the end. And then we have the Lash, the Jack of all trades. Another time I don't get to play real often, so. And then like the reason Roller kind of fits with this theme is Tardy Rush procs after 3 turns and gives it a whole bunch of speed and attack. So yeah, you might hear some noises in the background because I am at home, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, so the reason I would go with settling and not like Colossity, and why I'm not going to put like Energy Reserves Piranhient or Adaptive Arachnite, is that those proc based on the opponent doing something. So the theme here is like if the opponent doesn't do anything, then I get free stuff. So I could put like Anaerobic Volerend. I'm gonna do Tireless Mashuk because this trade I don't think I've hardly played Tireless Mashuk since it's been like top tier. So I think I can get by playing one game. just for the theme of printing damage. Do I not have it perfect? I must be missing an ETC. What else? So the problem I already have is I have 3 neutrals and 1 melee. Luckily I have a lash, but I still have three mental weaknesses. Amphitheater kind of helps balance that out, so does Valash, but it's still not great. Mentals aren't very common, so we can probably get away with only having a couple counters to them. But this is kind of where I'm like, I don't exactly know what else is going to fit here. Oshiara kind of can because it gets free value out of Serbatios. Hook Osakai was another one I considered because that's free scaling. But then I would add another mental weakness, which I just can't really pull off. I considered Whiplump because of Plethoric. If it gets ignored, it gets free stats that way. And it's like, sure, we don't have to go like full into the theme and like really oh, really get value that way, but that's kind of what I want to do. So while coverage Thames would be better, I think it's going to be more fun if we just kind of go with the theme today and then figure out what works and what doesn't work from there and work with it. I don't even know if kind of like a faster paced team is going to work with Roller. I just want to try it out. I was thinking a little bit more, and the most optimal Tems to play with Roller are probably going to be control Tems. Having some form of sleep so your opponent really only has like 1 Tem to damage the Roller with to knock it down in health is probably better. So if this iteration goes horribly, then I will look at doing that. Sime, hello, welcome. How's it going? Focus kind of gets healing, but that doesn't matter so much about ignoring. Martial Strike scales, but it's not nearly as threatening. Earthbound scales defensively. Once again, I can't afford that weakness. Why is it all the melees and like neutrals that have scaling in ways? we could go with Volcrane as well for something that has hook scaling. Yeah, it's kind of tough. I mean, we could almost you could almost consider Moala with this, but once again, that's another mental weakness. Why? Volcrane, we'd end up with triple melee weakness, which I don't exactly want to do either. It might end up we just pick a couple Tems to fill the slots. I was thinking Raiken. We have triple neutral, and Prideful is more or less like, oh, if it gets ignored, then it scales freely. So it kind of fits. It's close enough. I know like everyone's been on Raiken lately. I didn't. I was kind of busy, so I didn't have time to stop and watch the just play tournament 3 earlier today. But I did stop by and saw Raiken was pretty popular. Now that people aren't using Tolkien as much or Oshiara Plotimus, because no people aren't playing nearly as much meta as they used to. Riken can get a lot of value. One more thing. We could go with Volerand. Does its typing help? I don't know what the type chart on this team is at all. Let's check real quick. We got Rhoulder. Move lane. Now that I have a second monitor, it's so much easier to do this. Marco, hello, welcome. Okay. So yeah, we have the melee, the mental weakness, but we also have a fire weakness. So mentals and fires are kind of rough. Hopefully we don't run into an Auhi, but honestly I think we can just go with this, give it a try. Let's fill in items first, because I know some of these Tems are going to need stamina. We can just go res badge on Mooflank. I always like sweatband on my Amphitheater. It can probably get by without it, but I'm going to be running Plague and T-Strike, since it's going to be more of an offensive Amphitheater. Even though I'll probably have both evasion moves just to stack settling a little bit more. So I probably don't want to go without a stamina item. Cernif. We're not going to have any synergy for water cutting, which kind of sucks. Blue Steel, hello, welcome. I'm going to have Bush on it, so I can't go bait. I could put Fake Beard. It just feels kind of bad to run water cutting without synergy. It's just... You can almost go... If I could go Pedal Dagger on the thing, and it'd be just fine. Just almost run a stall set. But that does not fit the pace of this team at all. It would help me against the stall teams, because I can just have Cernif as a complete wall. But I was going to have like double kick, a bush to push off Doom if I need to, and Gaia. It was what I was thinking is my moveset. I could go Pedal Dagger and Frond Whip. What would that rotation be stamina wise? If I, assuming I didn't invest stamina, because I'd want like 13, 33, 13, 17, 15. That's actually only 61 stamina for that rotation. It's not super awesome because it's forced Gaia, but I think we're gonna go with that. I'm actually gonna put War Drum on the Cernif just for fun. It boosts his damage. It's really an offensive Cernif. Valash is probably what I'm gonna put Fake Beard on. Mashuk doesn't want stamina work. We gotta scuff it. I don't. It's wastewater. Hold on. 29. was 18 minus 4 is 43 stamina. Or no, it's minus 5 because you still regen 5 at 40. So this should be the right spot. And then for the other option of move, do we have enough physical Tems for P-Jab? Kind of. Because Cernif's physical move flank roller. Valash is going to be half and half, and Raiken. We'll try it. Because I considered putting uppercut, but then if I click uppercut, I'm going to get less value from it. Or if I click it in my first two moves, I won't proc tireless, which sucks. And yet, after I proc tireless the first time, if I decide to stay in, it would be more value to have a cheaper option to click. So we'll go with it. We'll go with it. Maybe we'll give it a different item than most people run. Something. We'll wait until later. Raiken just gets adrenaline rush or adrenaline shot. Adrenaline rush. Wow, I guess I've been playing a little too much Dragon Quest. Shompy, hey, what's up? How's it going? Face reveal? Yeah, I've had the face cam for a few streams now. I had it in my stream update video. I only have one toxic for Toxic Plume, and yet I don't have any waters for Vegas, so I think I'm still gonna go with Toxic Plume. At least it's like spread damage and Toxic Tick done. And then we don't have any stamina items left, so we're just gonna go hand fan. Matcha, sure, but no. I mean, first aid kit's just the obvious option. I'm okay, kind of just going mom's, or no, not mom's lunch. I meant to be marbles. I think marbles is okay. Marbles just gives so much value until they nerf it. I hope they nerf it, and I know they're not going to. My roller build's just gonna stay the same. I did actually think that, I wonder if you put sweatband on roller and then didn't have reactive vial, if it would work alright. Maybe on the sleep variation of the team that I run next time, I'll give it a try. But for now, I'm just gonna run the same thing. Move flank. So I know a lot of people run double kick on their move flanks just so you have an extra prio option because you won't have goring up every turn, which is definitely valuable. But I think I'm just gonna go with the same set I run for Hurrywart and try it out. Oh, and then it's like I made the speed video of all the speed tiers, but I don't actually have them memorized. So 186 is after one speed boost, you'll reach 232. And we can get a speed boost from Unnoticed. So we just hit 81 stamina. Max attack. Then we do like 300 HP and the rest in special defense. Me. It's alright. An extra defense to boot. Sounds good to me. Amphitheater. There's no reason to have this thing faster than like 331. I mean, I could challenge the speed creepers, the people who go higher than 221 with prio. But if you really want to outspeed an amphitheater, you're gonna hit 232. I feel like. So, I think this is okay. With Sweatband, what is the rotation for Triple Plague? Because you gain 10 stamina every round. It's still quite a bit. But that's okay, I'm willing to invest that. How much bulk am I going to have on this team? A decent amount. What kind of split bulk and damage? So you guys know what I'm doing. Oh, it's Gallus. Gallus Crystal Bite with max attack actually hits harder than a hostile Chim CPG. So I know that if I can live this, I can live just about anything. Any one hit at least, which I think is valuable. That's a little more than I was hoping to have to invest, but we'll try it. Mr. Bossy, thank you so much for the sub. In case you haven't noticed, I did add a few more emotes. So definitely check those out. Special attack, that's kind of pitiful special attack. Yikes. I know it'll get boost with settling, but that still sucks. I almost should calc for Chim CPG anyways. That's more likely that I'd run into. And I want to try and maximize as much special attack as possible without making myself super vulnerable. Okay, so because if I can't live the hit, it doesn't matter how 200. If I can't live the hit, it doesn't matter how much damage I have, really. And Amphithere's not strong enough to completely wipe something out in a double in or something like that. So that's where it kind of gets tough. So Cernif is interesting because I don't. The only prio I have on it is Bush, which hardly counts. We're gonna just do a 500-500 spread and call it a day. If it still feels really bad, maybe I'll look into investing some speed or something. But when I'm using normal prio and even Frondo up low prio all the time, it's not something I want to have to do. Alright, so Valash. Crystal Spikes is a must on Jack of all trades. Major Slash as well. And Ninja's pretty common too. But for me, like I've seen other people do like sharp stabs, crystal dust for a cheap option, even held anger and stuff. Base jump to raise special attack early on. I'm a fan of crystal bite. I don't. It's honestly been quite a while since the Valash Pocus meta, so I don't remember if most Valashes ran crystal bite back then. But that's what I like to do. All right, I've got fake beard, but I still want to make sure. Yeah, if I still want to make sure that if I'm exhausted, I can still get 2 moves off. 61 stamina will get me there, and it's just a good breakpoint to hit anyways. I'll hit 232 because I do have prio. Nothing special. Vlash is naturally very fast, so I can get value that way. The problem now is like I don't know exactly the split on the attack special attack. I think most people invest little to nothing in the special attack stat and then almost everything in attack. We're going to try like 100 in special attack just so we can hit a little bit harder on crystal spikes, and then we'll put 400 in attack. I do want a significant amount in HP though. I could calc like, oh, what does it take for Valash to live a soil steam? We'll put it in defense. I could calc that, or like even a Quetzal. I think it should definitely live with this much invest, but I don't know for sure. So like this is not like a, oh, it definitely uses Valash spread. It's just kind of something I'm throwing together real quick. Same with Mashuk here, I don't really know. I think I'd like to go up to 232 so after a turbo we can hit stuff. But if I don't actually click turbo, it doesn't matter. So it's kind of like, you know. Invest max HP. A little bit in special defense, not too much, but there should be enough that we can live like a tornado from anything. And then we'll scale attack fast enough that we don't need to invest heavily into it. I think there's like a specific attack breakpoint, so you can like two-shot max HP Volphy with uppercut, but Volphys aren't even all that common anymore, and most people just click Wastewater anyways. Raiken, 73 stamina, just so if I want to click Meteor Swarm in my rotation, I can. I'll have Quetzal, Meteor Swarm, Quetzal. Speed, we'll go up to the same breakpoint as Mouflank. I'll leave them speed tied for now. I'm trying to think. No, I'm gonna put one more point into speed here. What was my fill stat? Wasn't it? I think it just exactly work out like that. It was like 300 in HP, and it's kind of fun. Or no, I'm gonna take it out of special defense because every stat other than like HP and stamina costs 5 TVs to invest in, but HP is 4, and I think stamina depends on how much your base stamina is. So if I took out of HP, I'd actually have to take two. I'd have to take 8 TVs out in order to get enough to put into one extra speed. So now my Prio can outspeed Raiken, so I can set up kills with it if I want to. And then it's just going to be simple. I think this is. I'm going to guess I'm landing on almost the exact same Raiken build I did last time. Okay. And then Volerand. Do I want aerobic or should I go anaerobic? I think I'll keep aerobic just because I do have Mashuk for the turbo possibility there. It's Billy, hello, welcome. You like the team so far? That's good. I don't know how it's going to perform, but, we'll give it a try for sure. Alright, 3-turn rotation, 14, 25, 36, 65 stamina. I could invest a little bit more to include Toxic Plume in that rotation, but anything more than 100 to invest is yikes. We'll go a bit higher than normal. Speed invest. Oh, that's so much. I was hoping to get to the 265 breakpoint. But, that's not exactly something I want to do. Deco said he was at 242, so we'll speed creep him for fun. Invest like 400 special attack. We don't need max on the thing. We can have a little bit of HP now that we're gonna live special hits. If the Volerant feels really bad, we can change it later. Everything here is experimental. Okay, I just gotta check. Tardy rush, unnoticed. Settling. Jack of all trades, tireless, Raiken, prideful, and then aerobic. All right, we're still working our way through this roller radar as well. Got to 100 encounters last time. See how much we can knock it out now. Oh, Shrampy. Good luck, have fun. Like a bulky offense team here. Hmm. I actually don't like the Volerand all that much. Ninja, hello, welcome. I'm glad you guys are liking that emote. It's one of my new favorites too. Whenever I stop in other people's streams, I usually just spam it. The team code's working away that if you make a team with the code, save the code, will produce the same team if you clear it. Yes. So I mean that's how I save a lot of my like private teams. Is I will if I'm like, oh, I want to test it like this, but I don't want to have to add tems in and out. I oh scores right. Honestly, I just forgot to wipe that from yesterday. But yeah, I'll just save a team as is. I might even just hide it for this now. Um, my own Valorant also got banned. I'll save a team, change out a member, and then I can add that code and it'll bring it right back to where it was, just in case I didn't like it. Or if I make an entirely new, different iteration, like maybe I got a core of 4 tems. Why did I ban that? I needed to ban, like, oh well. I need to ban the Moala. My team's bad against mentals, I completely forgot. But yeah, as long as you get the code, make sure not to lock it. You can always type it in, and it'll always pop up with what you got. I think the codes last like 3 months without being used, though. So it's not like you'd be able to save a code forever if it's not used. You'd have, but if you just want to make a few different changes and wanted to have the team as is, just in case you change back, it's certainly an option. Am I doing it? Been a while. Kind of hard to catch you on stream with new hours. Yeah, I mean, it was a long week, but work's been work's been good. Definitely gonna have to take some time to switch out of school mode and into into work mode here, but it'll be good for sure. I have to change the like schedule section for the online Twitch watchers. When you scroll down on my channel, I have a little about me section and like a schedule section. I should make them fancier too. I gotta ban the Moala because it counters this lead. People have like templates for those to make them look better. I should probably get one of those and then also edit the information on them because it is now inaccurate. And then I was looking into channel points a little bit. Haven't gotten too far with it yet. I I was hoping that there would be like a really customizable thing, but it sounds like it's relatively limited in what you can do for custom channel points things. I'll see if I can get something fun though. I'll try and get creative and see what my or like what the tools available allow me to do. It's time. All right, I'll try and get that this after this match. Reactive Vial Molgu, it's fine and expected. For now, I'm going to ignore the Molgu and actually double into the Tyrannac. That's good damage. I can Bestial Charge and Rockfall next turn, and it should finish off Tyrannac. Okay, it might not finish off Tyrannac. It should still be relatively good damage though on Molgu as well. It's just too much value not to use it. Look at Rhoulder tanking that though. Okay, that feels a little less good. Slingshot Tyrannac though. Seeing a few people running that. Seems fun. Right, we're gonna... Dang, I should have double spread. Damage on Saku isn't bad though. Like we're currently creating an end game that's really good for Raiken. Ooh, splitting the damage onto Mooflank now. I guess that's just so that Unnoticed doesn't proc. At least I'm assuming that's why. I'm just gonna Bestial Charge because it gives me the most value for the move I click. And since Rhoulder's dying this turn, we just click Earthbreaker. Could I swap in Amphitheater and get Synergy Earthbreaker? Yes. Do I want to do that, though? I don't know for sure if the Sakura has Petal Dagger either. I don't think it does. It's got bait, which makes me think it definitely doesn't. I'm worried he's gonna swap. Well, it wouldn't have worked anyways, alright? It would not have worked. There we go. It's honestly not all that great of damage. I really wish the Saku was trapped though, because then it would be like just free for Raiken, 100%. This is still a really good position for me though. I just bring in Raiken and Saku's in a tight spot. And Molgu can't get anything off before it dies either. Gorong probably comes into one of the slots. I'd assume the Saku one. Could even double swap Tutu and Gorong in, but if I keep chipping away... Oh, he leaves both in. If I keep chipping away at everything... Oh, okay. So it's just a mega tanky Saku. Yeah, chip is going to be really important this game. He doesn't have anything to even hit the Raiken, so that's also huge. I can just click Held Anger on whatever comes into the Molgu slot and then rush the Saku. I think Rush kills Saku at 8%. If it doesn't, I'll be a little sad. But it should still be alright. I have Adrenaline Shot, so there's no reason not to try and use it. And we did get an Unnoticed proc there as well, so we should outspeed the Tutsu unless it's got some decent speed invest. But it's a slower team, so I'd be surprised to see it have a whole lot. Nice. There we go. Held Anger. This will probably only do like 30%, but 35. All right, that's good. That's really good. Wrenching Massage. He's just ignoring the move flank now that it's like low on stamina. If I'm confident Raiken can live the next 2 hits, I'll probably just click Meteor Swarm. Yeah, I'm gonna click Meteor Swarm. Bestial into Meteor Swarm is probably good. Oh, he forfeits. Good game. Code, hello, welcome. New to PvP here to lurk and grind. Thank you. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to help you. I've also got quite a few guides on YouTube that can kind of help give some information. I got one dedicated entirely to learning about speed, and then a few that give individual build ideas. So, yeah. Enjoy the content, and good luck in whatever you're grinding. Nice promo. GG, Shrompy. Nothing you could do there? No, it was definitely a tough matchup for you. In-depth guides are great. Glad you like them. Yeah, I'm thinking I'd like to get another one out before the next patch, because it's still kind of, we're in a lull of content, and it would be a good time to do that. But I would, one, have to take at least 1 day off of streaming to do it, and 2, it still takes time. Take a look. Arctamers now getting rolled by Indira. Ah, yeah. The Arctamers can be tough. Do you have a good starting team? Just something with like green stats to farm those, because that's always a good start. I never it wasn't implemented when I was still using my story team for stuff, but I imagine if you're using your story team, it would be kind of difficult. Nip guides rock. Like them individually, but the ones all together in a video saves a lot of time. Yeah, I mean the individual ones from way back when, they're good information for sure, but I was able to see that like the majority of you guys weren't watching most of it, and most of the people who are watching the in-depth guides don't need actually that in-depth of an explanation. It's kind of funny. It's just like, all right, so just give me a build, explain why the build's good, and maybe just a few different matchups and combos, and I think that's good. Everyone seems to like the new version. And it's a lot quicker to make them in bulk that way too. If I had to make each one individually, I would be able to have to put them out more often, but you know, this way I can probably I should really get the number offhand for how many tems are like fully evolved in the game and viable. Cuz I want to say that there's like 86, but that's just a complete guess. I thought I heard 86 somewhere. And so then I would be able to finish the series in like 9 episodes. So if I can get a third one done, I'll be a third way done with the series. And then maybe I'll have like update videos that, or I'll do something where I start posting in the comments. I'll just pin another comment that says like updates to this guide since patch day or whatever. Because I'm sure the Taifu's gonna get buffed sooner or later, and I just did Taifu in the last guide. Try to cover some stuff of like what I'm assuming is going to change with those tems, so that even if there is an update, it won't change what I recommend too much. Saga's Dojo rematch team, and it works. Oh, Arctamers suck. Instantly threw the story team out. Suck at team creation, so he can't handle the full run. Oh, team building in this game is so much fun. It's the main thing that got me into it, because like every single tem is viable in some way or another. And so even if like a bad team can still end up with good results. Saga's Dojo rematch team is definitely a solid one, and love the difficulty spike. Yeah, I kind of wish I had that back when I started out. It would have been a blast. This team is going to be incredibly tough. I I'm not great into digis, and Arctec's a good player as well. He bans my only electric. I don't have any waters. He doesn't have any mentals, so I can get some value out of move flank, but yikes. Fully aware you'll lose a lot, but a lot of the fun comes from learning what works. Yep, for sure. Forgot to cook. I mean, I did the team building section at the start of the stream. Not sure what other kind of cooking you're looking for. Oh, you paid. Oh, sorry. See, scatterbrain. I get too distracted with chat. I'm sorry. I don't have any good reminder. I don't have post-it notes at my new desk yet, so I can't just be like, here's a post-it note right on the front of the screen. I get too focused on like competitive. I will try and get around to that. Meanwhile, do you have some ideas for what you want for the team? Like a aggro, hyper aggro, bulky aggro, any specific tems you want included in it? Roller ban? That's a shame, but it makes sense. Without hedging, Cerny should be able to get some good value. It's still gonna hurt to have Zabian around, but I think it'll be okay. Well, as okay as it can be. This is still a very tough matchup. Two of his digis. So Mashuk is a lot more free now. I think I'm gonna bring the Mashuk over the Volerend just because Mashuk is very scary, and I think he'll target it down. And if Mashuk can take some pressure off of my other Tems, I think that's as good as anything it can do this game. That's my goal. Don't really know. Mostly play aggro, which you're working on perfecting Luma Anatan. Maybe some shenanigans with it, or Gallus. If you have one and don't use it. I mean, I can try and make a bulky aggro with like Anatan, otherwise like a mid-range team with Gallus. Gazumis. Marbles. Yikes. Alright, Munko's got so much physical bulk normally that I don't think this is going to put it in range to die at all. It has enough speed that it's outspeeding my priority, which also sucks. Munko definitely needs an HP stat reduction. There's no reason it should be as high as it is. Like, I'm an attack invested Raiken. Like, I'm not like full attack invest, but that's ridiculous. Stream dead. I didn't get any errors. Can somebody confirm? Everything on my end is coming through. It's fine? Okay. Is on your side? Okay. I was like, Alright, so he's gonna Hurricane now. I don't have anything to stop that. I can get the Quetz off just for some solid damage onto the Gazuma, but that's as much as I can do. This will be the only speed boost that it gets in that. Oh no, I guess it got Zalbian, so that still can get value. Based on how much damage that Hurricane did, I'm fairly confident my Mooflane can take a tornado. He's doing a really good job of managing my unnoticed as well. I'm bringing in Valash because it gets less value against Volfi and Sword of Gialis if I don't bring it in now, and it also gets the most value against Gazuma. Oh yeah, I forgot I'm -1. I'm not outspeeding anything with this or with this Mooflane. Brings in the Volfi. So now his crystal resist is gone. So that's helpful. If he swaps for Gialis here, Mashuk comes in and gets a lot of value. And also well, I guess Mooflane doesn't die if he swaps. Yeah. Is this the same team he brought to Worlds? No, this is the same team he's used in a lot of other TemCS tournaments, but not his Worlds one. Alright, that's huge information. My Valash is faster than his Volfi. Because my Crystal Spike's outsped his Plague. What speed did I put this Valash at? Just 232. I don't... But I'm sure that his Gialis will outspeed me. I'm going to use Held Anger. I'm going to use Helldanger and I'm going to swap because I don't think that Mooflang is getting another move off. Or I don't want to get exhausted. I don't think Mooflang really has a good chance to click Helldanger ever. It has to click Goring every time it's up. And if I got exhausted clicking base jump here, that would be bad. I would OX and I wouldn't be able to do anything. I can avoid the hook kick. Mooflang East of Dust Vortex. Oh, it dies. It's a max special attack Volphy. So that hurts. It definitely hurts. But it's not too bad yet. I can smack a Petal Dagger and then Turbo. Volphy can't do anything on this board, hardly. Its Earth move is down. It might have Sandstorm, which would hit Mushuk for something. He doesn't want to exhaust me, because then he actually procs my Tireless this turn. Both of these two Tems are physical walls, so Gialis also cannot do much at all. And if he swaps one out, there's much less pressure on the board, and I might be able to swap Valash back in to get Ninja up. He's thinking about this turn. He swaps out the Gialis, the Zalbian. Okay. Mushuk Marble's value. Plagues the Cernif. Now, since you believe Volphy would need compensation for Sludge Give, see it played again, feel less like it needs anything. And yeah, it doesn't need compensation by any means. It's just, it definitely would have appreciated some. As much as I want to Frond Whip here, I have to, like, 262, 242. I had 38, so another 38%. That's like 24% left. 24% with an uppercut. It's a little bit risky, but we're going to go for it. It's as balanced as it needs to be. Yeah. I think it could get like Clay Ball. I even mentioned in my patch notes that it could get Chain Heal back, because it was kind of weird that it lost it. I think it just could. Volphy could use a little bit more utility. It doesn't need any more offensive capabilities. And Clay Ball is like if you really want a turn 1 Earth move. Speed control on Volphy is kind of scary. It already has Quicksand. Speed Arrow used in favor of not me. I'm assuming that's just on my Mushuk, but I'm glad he did that, because now I get uppercut into Tireless value. Play Ball is turn 1 for cheap. Yeah, but like, I think it's still fine. But it's like, it's just theoretical. Like, Volphy's attack stats like 30 something. It's low. You don't have to be worried about any physical attacks on Volphy. So good thing they gave it Petal Dagger. That's why he's trapping my Mushuk. So once again, like the whole pressure thing I was talking about, it's definitely getting value. If it's a really low special attack Gazuma, I might live. Yeah. I die, but I kill the Volphy. That would have also... No, I couldn't swap. I was like, that would have been a good turn to swap in Valash, but I couldn't. Wow, so this was kind of crazy. I didn't think we had any chance here. I guess once you knock out Munko, and then the Zalbian swap was a little bit weird, but I don't think he had a whole lot of choice. I think just the fact that I had so much offense invest and I was able to take it out is what helped. Also the turbo. Mushuk just doing Mushuk things, you know. Not so concerned with the damage of Clay Ball, it's more about how Volphy could center all aggro matchups around it, as we've already seen. I don't think it would be nearly as bad as you think. I mean, you look at the Tesla prison, which is kind of like a controversial move right now. It's just like, oh, it's too strong, or oh, it's too weak, or not too weak, but it's like, is it too strong or not? It's just, I would say no, it's not too strong. Maybe a little. I could use a stam nerf, but the problem isn't that it flips the game turn one. The problem is that it also deals significant damage. Volthy wouldn't have that damage option, even if if it hits super effective. Like on this Valash, a clay ball would maybe do like 20%. For fun, we'll calc it and then we'll work on your team. All right, so go to the internet. All right. Like I don't know. Like I could test against something else, but like I've got like 400 HP invest on this Valash. I clay ball is like 61 damage. Sharp leaf is just a little bit less than that. We'll just assume it's times two. So you would maybe do like a quarter of Valash's health with clay ball and lower its speed, which yeah, it's valuable. It doesn't particularly need it, but like Volphy is relatively understated compared to most Tems. 56 HP, 55 defense kind of sucks. 60 speed on a Tem that wants speed is also awful. I think it would just be a more interesting play style than what Volphy's seen in the past of just plague, 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 and sludge gift, just like prio spam. If you're making Volphy play around speed a little bit more to create openings to use its Dust Vortex, I think that would be better. How much would it deal to Inky turn one? Oops. I shouldn't have closed anyways. It's Sharp Leaf. So four times like 16%, you got like 64%. About. It was just approximate. So it would do over half to an Inky. If you hit it with a Plague afterwards too. With max special attack. Like an Inky with like double screen would live a clay ball into Plague, for reference. Probably. You could actually add clay ball. There is a function on Temtem to. Actually, why did I should just. I should just stay on Temtem and then we'll just make the team on there. There's a function on Temtem to actually add custom moves. So you could add. You could add it if you wanted and do the actual numbers. So for anyone wondering what we're going to be doing, Ninja redeemed 10,000 point, like make a team for me. So do you have a preference on whether you would like Anatan or Gyalis centered team, or do you want both on the team? Because Gyalis is interesting, where like you can almost throw Gyalis on most mid-range or aggro teams, and it will get value, just because it's such a solid crystal type. Crystal's a great offensive type. And you pair it with a water, and then water hits all three of Gyalis's weaknesses. So it's much more splashable than Anatan is. So it kind of just depends on if you want just cook the way you feel. All right, we'll go with an Anatan team because building a team around Gyalis is kind of weird. Gyalis is one of those tems you put in to fill a team. If you were to make a Gyalis centered team, you'd probably just run Tutu with it and then have an H slap core. Because Tutu Gyalis is one of the better combos in the game where you just put H slap and have a fast Tutu, a relatively fast Gyalis, and then once Gyalis gets his holds off, you can just start wrecking entire teams. We'll try and make some with Anatan for fun. So like we could do something with protective crystal, but protective crystal just it doesn't really save you from any breakpoints that you'd want to reach. Being able to reduce these damage types by like 30% is good, but I don't think it's good enough. And self care just gives too much value. And honestly, I think nutrition bar is still going to be the best item on it. Well, let's more look at like combos and partners, because one of the better partners for Anatan that I haven't experimented with much is once again humiliating slap Calibus, because Calibus is already a slow speed tier, and it has the move slot to slot humiliating slap, but and it'll outspeed Anatan. So it's kind of like a good combo. They're both bulky Tems that have the same game plan. You're not forced to click H slap by any means because you can still do like Toxic Ink, but the option is there. Down for a bulky team. What do you think about Heli Kick on Gialis? Are you talking like what did I think back when it was a thing, or are you saying like Gialis should get Heli Kick because it shouldn't? It should not get it back. Go for some late Torment combos? Absolutely. I just wanted to put Calibus on here first. Item on Calibus kind of varies. Refreshing Diabolo is usually pretty good. So I was actually thinking we should have that on one of my Tems in my team today. I oh well. All right. So late Torment is like the options are kind of reduced now. Volgon doesn't count. Vental really doesn't count. So you got Venx, Yowler, and Venmet. Of the three, Yowler is by far the best option because comeback or trait is super strong. So if we're going for viable options, then Yowler's going to be the one to go with. And I don't think like Yowler can function on its own. So just having Anatan there is a nice combo, but it's certainly not essential. As far as an item, I mean, any bulky item works. Otherwise, resistance badge just for more damage. I think that would be more fun. So that's what we'll go with here. We'll see if it changes around later by adding another neutral. Okay. Now I mean, we could add something like a handcuff user just to assist this further. It wouldn't even that bad. It wouldn't be that bad to add an Adoro 2-Ire combo to the team. Have Adoro be your Emanipper with handcuffs. Don't really need Synergy Master, but it would pair okay with Calibus too, with Vigas Synergy. You would have a slower pace 2-Wire, and 2-Wire is another H-slap tem that you can have to cover your you can cover your weakness and also H-slap. So it's nice that way. Camo's not required on 2-Wire anymore, but I still like it. Energy. And then you like base Adoro will outspeed 2-Wire with Prio, so you don't have to worry about speed tiering much. I wouldn't put like any speed invest on this 2-Wire. If you're gonna put any, you'd probably go up to 280, 282, so that you can outspeed Nestles and Chromions with Prio. But that's not essential by any means. Relaxed Amphitheater. Amphitheater's very fast paced for this team. You could kind of combo it as a cleaner support, but I think Adoro is going to be better, the Adoro 2-Wire combo, because not only do they combo with themselves, but 2-Wire also combos with Anatan, and additionally, Adoro kind of combos with Calibus with V-Gust. So I think this is a good core. So now what we work on is looking at what we can do for like covering weaknesses a bit more. 2-Wire already can enable that quite a bit. But Earth is still pretty severe. We have Calibus, which is also a good pivot for Anatan. It's another reason why it's good. Probably look at a nature, because if you do want a Synergy Master Adoro and you're running Emanip, you might as well have a nature just for the increased damage. Brocklin would be a good one. to look at. Seeing if there's anything else more viable, but everyone loves a good Broccolum. Chimerian wouldn't be bad. You'd have to put a bit more speed in your 2-wire, but it also combos with late Torment. So if you want to risk it, that would be an option for sure. I think we're going to go with Broccolum just because I like it. And I just think it's very flexible. Look at the resistance chart. We're a little weak to digital, but it's not too bad because 2-wire kind of cancels it out. Calibus is actually really good against digi teams because you can Toxic Ink into a Water Blade, and that'll put a lot of pressure on most digis. Yowler's also nice into digi teams, Anatan as well. So I don't think you're too worried about digis at this point. Kinu could also work. Kinu could work, but I wouldn't really recommend it. I think Kinu's a bit. It would work at a kind of threatening heals and stuff. You could go a Protector Kaleidoscope Lifeful Sap just to pseudo raid boss something. It's not. It wouldn't be a full raid boss, but if your opponents are really weak against Yowler, you could run Kaleidoscope Protector just to give some instant value, sort of thing. Acronox Venom Spread. I mean, Booklong's Acronox is good with a late Torment team, but let's see. We Broccolum covers. We might want a second nature. Honestly, we could. But if we do add a second nature, it probably wouldn't be able to be weak to any of these. Actually, Kinu is probably like a really good partner for Anatan because it counters all three. That's funny. But Broccolum's also a fantastic pivot by getting camouflage from those 3 types. I can't recommend adding Kinu on top of Broccolum because one, Kinu is like half a nature. Resin Trap isn't that great, especially if you're not investing in it. And 2, you'd end up with a quadruple Digi weakness, which hurts you pretty bad. Sadly, Volphy. I mean, type chart wise, Volphy's the play for sure. Second water instead of nature. I'm trying to think. Your melee weakness isn't too bad. You have a Doro and 2-wire combo to work with that. Might look at an Earth type to kind of deal with that or with that electric weakness a little bit more. Tyrant wouldn't be bad if you wanted to play the team slower and have a Stonewall option. Otherwise, Turok is probably just the most consistent. Having a second wind is nice. And most of you still have like all your stam items open by running this team. Fits the game plan and helps significantly. And now I look at like, all right, well, what do we have a lot of resistances for? What can we afford a week? Like, so while we do have this 4x Earth weakness on Anatan, we have a lot of things that cover that. But we probably don't want to add another though. There's a lot of nature vulnerabilities. We could look at adding a water, like you said. I think we cover water pretty well. If you want to, you could even add Piranha. Piranha's another time with H slap that can slot it. Kind of fits the pace of the team. Babua Babua gets a bit risky, but it covers all right, and it's the types you want. By having Turok as a second wind, I think you can afford that toxic weakness almost. And then with Mucus, you basically have like pseudo resist to electric. And Calibus has pseudo resist to toxic, so that even though it doesn't show here, you're actually enabling yourself with extra pivots that way. Just so I mean, something along these lines is what I'd recommend. I think a core with these five would be really solid. The last three are kind of flexible. We kind of talked about a few options, like Broccolum could be Kinu, Baboa could be Piranhient or another water type, Turok could be Kaurin. I let's see. We got no real synergy from Lily apart from Kala. You don't really need a whole lot of synergy though. You're not gonna. The only reason you'd need synergy too bad on Baboa is for the damage, but you're not using it for the prio because 128 with prio is like 184. That doesn't outspeed it, or no, 192. So that outspeeds the 186 break points. You can invest a couple points if you wanted to outspeed Inky, but even then, it's just like most people aren't going to be running anything that slow. 200 is far more common of a break point, and even then, it's just like, I don't think you need water cutting synergy. I think you can definitely get by without it. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to look immediately and see like, oh, what would counter this team? Because I'm kind of blanking on it. If we just look at a Digi team would probably be a little tough. That was the one thing that really changed when Common Factor got turned down from 2 turns to 1 turn. Is now when you're running a bulky team like this, you have much less space to work with to beat Digi teams. Because if you're facing a Digi team, Babua almost always gets banned. You have you could lead 2 wire plus a Doro to take something down with a Synergy Faraday cage, and otherwise you could do like 2 wire Calibists as well. But if you do a Doro and 2 wire to get the advantage on lead, and the rest of your team is pretty solid against Digi aggro as is, you'd probably be alright. So I think a team like this would be relatively solid. The move sets are kind of like all predictable. It'd take me like 20 minutes to go through the rest of them. If you want me to fully carve out the team off stream, I could. I'll probably do that. It's a 10,000 point redeem and it doesn't take real long. I just don't want to do it anymore on stream. That's kind of like showing my team building process a little bit. So let me just take a picture of this, send it to myself, and then I will work on that later. Oh, no, it's this one. Send me a DM with the spreads later? Yes, sounds good. Will do. If I forget, remind me, because sometimes I do forget. But we'll get back to some more PvP now. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Still cool after redeeming stuff? Yeah, I mean, I'm always glad to do it. I also have a video on team building. It's a little bit scuffed because I was also building a theme team that was horribly unbalanced. So it's just like I show you how to team build, and then I show you how not to team build in the same video. That's just how it worked out. Because I think it was a time when there was a little while where there was some server connection issues. It was like a week where I couldn't connect, so I had to come up with some content ideas that didn't require that. And that was one of them. And then another one was I loaded up Showdown and tried playing on a Smurf account. Ended up beating up some new players, and I felt a little bad. So I'm not planning on doing that again. I like to have to allow the new players to have fair matchups in their first games and such. Trash at building slow spreads, kind of comfy building aggro, but you lost with this kind of team. So yeah, I mean the big difference with slow teams is like if a tem has really lopsided defenses, you probably won't. Well, you'll either have to take some out of attack to balance it out, or take some out of HP. Because like with this move flank spread I've got, Eh, it's got really bad special defense, so I balance it out a little bit. I don't put max HP in it. Or the rest of HP. It doesn't have to be fully. I usually just do it by an amount, usually in like a hundred. So like a Doro has really bad defense, but good special defense. So I usually invest like 200 TVs in defense to balance that out, and then whatever I want in HP, whether it's still 500 or like 400 or what. And then the other thing is reaching low speed prio breakpoints, which I talk about in my in-depth speed guide a lot. Because it's just like something like a Mulgu. Mulgu's a slow tem. It doesn't gain a whole lot of value from being fast. It would rather have bulk and damage. However, it does have prio with Cyberclaw, and it's not like the slowest of slow speed tiers. So you could invest. I think it's like 100 and see, Mulgu's like 143, 165 breakpoint, or no, it's 150. You could invest like 58 TVs into speed. That's probably not the exact number, but it's just a little bit over 50, and then you'd still outspeed 232 Tems using normal prio on Mulgu of all things. So it's just kind of knowing those breakpoints and if it's worth it or not. Like you mentioned, Baboa. Baboa has 128 speed, and like I said, it reaches 192 with prio. So it's just like you could invest a little bit of speed to reach 200 if you have prio options, but you don't have to. You can invest even significantly more, but then you're less bulky. So it's all trade-offs and such. Hmm. I guess most people are spending their Saturday doing something else. I mean, I suppose queues are just dying as the. It's only been 2 minutes, but the queues are probably just dying as the month goes on. The patch will be pretty much right at the end of the month, so it should still be fun. I forget when we get the next move reveal, but I'm looking forward to that. I hope it's something good. A high hold, like a 2 or 3 hold offensive toxic move would be cool. Change up the toxic move distribution on everything would be amazing. Otherwise, like a fire tornado version for special electrics or special crystals would be nice. Maybe even something else for fires so they're not so synergy dependent. I don't know. Mental move fills a few holes though. Kinda wish Barnshee got it, but we take what we can get. Not that Barnshee needs it. Barnshee's kinda got other issues. I mentioned that as soon as we get the Rhoulder, I'm going to be going for Valiar. I know that the Crema has teased that Valiar is getting a larger rework. It's not going to be like a type change or anything significant. We might get something like the Karin or Saku reworks where they got their damage stats changed from physical to special. I could see Valiar getting the same thing. Otherwise, I'm not sure a whole lot what else could be done with Valiar. It's still an annoying evasion sleep bot, but that's the only thing it does. It doesn't really offer anything else. Kind of add exhaust to that, but if you're evading or putting your opponents to sleep, then they're not going to be using techniques as often to get exhausted. Figure out how to do the spread. Sure, you can. I can take a look at it briefly. I mean, I can like give you the right direction for that one, but I'm probably not gonna like redo all of your spreads on it. Once I get my entire series for in-depth guides out, I'm hoping it'll be relatively good enough for general ideas for spreads. Because I mean, a lot of the times when you're doing spreads on teams, you just kind of gotta try stuff out and see how it feels. Use a generic spread first, and then be like, okay, this needs more bulk or this needs more speed, and then change stuff around accordingly. Like if I'm looking at this team I'm running today, what I've noticed, Raiken's damage feels really bad. It did. It felt awful. It also felt like Cernif could maybe use a bit more speed. But other than that, I feel like the spreads are alright. We just should we won two in a row. So I mean, it's like it's already having success as is. It's still pretty good. Like Cube, hello, welcome. We're using Cernif today, and also Code. Thank you for the Lumiluck. Hopefully, we're getting that roller soon. Let's see. I'm weak to mental. What was the other weakness I had? I already forgot. Wasn't water. Whatever. Bye bye, Mashuk. Yeah, Cernif put in work last match. You missed it. Hopefully we can get it to do something again. It's an offensive Cernif, just a fair warning. Infantry gets banned a lot. I guess other people don't like seeing it as much as I do. I'm gonna pick Cernif first, honestly, because it's really good into his team. He could pick Platamus Chimerian, but that's not what he's gonna do. You don't have a single vocal synergy. I have Pedal Dagger and Frond Whip, and it's like full HP, full attack. So yeah, it's not a vocal one. I finally get to use Volarin though. We'll see how it goes. Probably not well, but we can try. Good luck on your guys' radars. 5 Vanx radars and 5 Umbra Oshiaras. Oh, that's painful. Move flank ban, that makes sense. I'm not. I'm gonna ban Oshiara here. Because that makes Platamus more valuable for him, and he'll be much less likely to keep it in on this initial field, which means that Cernif gets more value. We pick Raiken. I think Raiken will be good. Because he's got Shim and Gialis, and it's even decent against 2-2. He's got potential for triple wind. I kind of don't want to pick Mushuk. Plus, I want to see if Roller performs well with this team. It was kind of nice earlier, but it didn't do a whole lot, you know. Killed all your Lumiluck, getting Gialis, 3 Bun Bun, and an Umishi in 1 week. Weren't all the Bun Buns male too? That was nuts. Yeah, I mean, this is only my second Roller radar, but my Chim radars were all whiffs. Why the marbles on the Platamus? Like the 2-2 would have made sense. I probably wouldn't have complained as much, but like, why? There's no electrics on his team, so he can't swap something in to get synergy on the Platamus for Rotten-Goo either. So he's definitely likely to get scared and swap out. Chimerian is not even a bad swap for him here, by any means. 4 meals between Bun Bun and Gialis and went ham on anti-hero eggs. Any lock, or did you just sell them all? I suppose it probably would have gone and show off if you got one, so. Unfortunate. Ooh, show off on the Tutsu. Okay. Inalacho, hey, what's up? How's it going? I'm playing a team that's just like a whole bunch of free scaling. It's been pretty fun today. We've won 2 matches. And those are the only 2 we've played. I did a team review as well. I kind of want to keep Cerny for Turok, but I also just want to attack. He doesn't have any special attackers on the field, so I think I'm okay to leave Volarant in for another turn. The only thing I'm afraid of is getting high-toed by Tutu, which is likely. We're gonna Tornado the Chimerian. Oh, he swapped out. He swaps in the Turok. Okay, that's kind of weird, but I'll take it. Every time you see me playing against Focus members, I mean, it's just Focus is one of the more active clubs nowadays. Yeah, there's the Haito. No surprise there. Darn that marbles! I just that's kind of unfortunate. I would have loved to click Toxic Plume here. Alright, I don't think a Turbine plus Feathergat kills Cernif. Emphasis on think. Even if it does, Volarend is still scaling up. I'll swap it out like after this to get some stand back. Scale Radar pays out. Got female Mooflink, needs Furt. I still got the Shawlant. I have most melee, like most common melees. I think Scunch is like the only common melee Luma I don't have. So I'll probably gotta look for a female Scunch myself. A better time when you weren't the leader? Oh no. Yeah, I think it seems like activity just fluctuates a lot. And the Turok swaps again. Into the Chim, so this is a good win burst. $27, or no, 57 down to 28. That another win burst will actually kill Chim. Now he's finally attacking the Volarend. Imagine if he did that earlier. That is not nearly as much damage as I wanted. I'm gonna swap. Volarend for Raiken. Then I can threaten the Chimerian. And I think the 2-2-0X is if it attacks her. They made you the leader. Is already going down on players. Unfortunate. Yeah, it's an aerobic Vola. So it was very squishy. Like I could have spread it better. I'm not super familiar with Vola as a Tem. Also the 2/2 plus 2. It got to show off turn 1. I forgot about that because I was also like, why did my Raiken take that much? Plotamus coming in, just fair enough. Run show off and choose to feel like can't slot it. Yeah, I mean I ran it on mine over show. Or I ran H slap on mine. Had pretty good success. I feel like. He has to burn Aquatic here. But I can't swap in Volerant to eat it. I don't need Raiken anymore. I'm fine with it dying. I didn't want Volash to die already. And it's not going to even accomplish anything with its death. At this rate. I thought there was an off chance that he would Toxin Shower and predict my swaps. So that's why I made that choice. Was it the wrong one? Yeah. Alright, we're gonna go Tornado on the Gyalis and then front up on the Plotamus and then hope that he doesn't actually click Toxin Shower here. Wow, what a psychopath. Oh man, that sucks. Not only did I just whiff on Cernif, but my stamina is gone and I'm OX'd. I could have. I guess he was just that confident that his Plotamus lived. An HKS would have definitely killed, 100%. I was +3 speed. Hand fan. I think that's game though. He just saves his Plotamus and I can't do anything. If for some reason he keeps Plotamus in, I think I'll be alright, but yeah. Nope, that's how it goes. One prediction wrong and game is lost. He also has Aquatic up this way. If I took Plotamus out and left Gyalis alive, I don't think I was too scared of anything. Slow Tutsu? Slow Tutsu, maybe. If I can kill the Tutsu here, and then finish off Turok with a Pedal Dagger and OX and pretend I'm not dying to Turbine here, then maybe. Oh, that is a very bulky Turok. You know, it's bad. It's just that I OX again. I guess I didn't get rest stamina there. Feels so weird. I feel like sometimes people do get it and other times they don't. was curious how bulky his Platypus is. When monotype team. Every time I have an idea for one of those, I'm just kind of like, nah, I'd rather not, honestly. So I just end up never doing them. Rockfall, double kill. GG. That one turn with the Volarend and the... I predicted the Toxin Shower one turn too early, is what it was. Because I thought he was going to Toxin Shower the turn before, and that would have completely changed that game. But GG's nonetheless. I definitely had a chance to win that game. It was just all up to predictions. Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of the challenge. Monotype is bad. The other thing is that I'd like to get to Legend and get my rewards before I try a team that I know I'm going to lose more often than not with. It's not that I particularly mind losing, and having a challenge like that is fun. But ladder is tough. I should have tried more when I got up to Legend in the first place. But I don't really just want to try with like a meta team. That's just not fun. It would be fun. Optimally, I get up to Legend again while having fun. That's what I'd like to do, but we'll see. I like this team. This team's kind of cool. I like it so far. Rhoulders hasn't done a whole lot on it. It's just a bit slower paced for the rest of the team. So I don't know. I think the sleep team with it is going to go a lot, or the sleep support with it's going to go a lot better when I try that. Senpai, hello, welcome. Playing your world team with Gallios and Tort in it. That sounds awful. I mean, like not that it's bad. It just Gallios and Tort are so strong. You just invest 1,000 TVs in bulk and they get value. I guess Tort you can even go max speed and it gets value. They gave that thing way too many stats. My suggestion for nerfing Tort, if they want it to be that tanky, that's fine, but take away some of its speed and take away some of its special attack. Wanted to play them and Gallios got banned. Yeah. I was hoping to play Iroquois too, or at least experiment with it. I think all of us got hurt. At least we can look forward to next patch when stuff is hopefully fixed. Yeah, this is only my second Rhoulder Radar Ninja. I don't get through them real fast. I don't play off stream with the radars at least. Only time in between queues. Take away Deluge. I don't think Deluge is really the biggest problem right now. It's just added on to the issue. Because you can invest 0 bulk in your Tort now and live so many different things. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Like, you probably can't invest like 0 bulk, but it's still a significantly less amount than you used to had to. Thing has a higher effective stat total than Zenarith, but it's dual type, so it doesn't get walled nearly as easily. It's not a problem, but what are they going to do? Revert the bulk nerf? Nerf it. I just said nerf its speed and nerf its special attack. That way you don't have to worry about it doing damage and outspeeding you. If people want to play stalled Tort, I think that's okay. Confined got nerfed enough that it doesn't really matter. Its defensive type is kind of awful for stall anyways, so it being offset by having more bulk is fine. But the fact that people can play it with little to no special attack and still chunk you for 1/4 of your health, put you to sleep, outspeed you, and take less damage than... is just... yeah, it's just too much. The Tort Knight takes less damage than it deals to you. When you have offensive invest, and it doesn't, usually. It seems like... it feels like the new Adoro, really. Back when they overloaded Adoro with stats and toxic skin, more or less. Its damage is close to being okay. Its speed is a bit too high for such a bulky Tem. I mean, its special attack is insane. I think it might be like the highest of all crystal types. Like it's got 89 base special attack. That's one less than Volgon for reference. And Volgon, I think, let's just click on crystal. Sort by special attack. Yeah, Tortonite has the highest special attack of all crystal types. So it has that on top of having absolutely incredible bulk, prio, sleep options, and a trait that reduces how much stamina you have to invest in it. You think Tort defensively scales way too quickly? I don't know. I mean, like Chris, Quartz Shield. I don't is strong, and I think that's just the only reason why it scales quick. It's kind of a fun team. Is the Chromion just there for Golzy? This is another match where both my natures kind of pop off, so that's why I banned the Tort. I'll at least get to pick one of them this way. Because Diamond Fort too. If people are slotting Diamond Fort, it's kind of I don't think that's all that great. Switch rate layout. Yeah, I'm still getting used to switching the layouts. Zai's there, so it's definitely Electric Custodian. That's probably why he's pairing it with the Whiplump and the Lowaddle on the team. I'm gonna go with Mashuk here. What you do is you put your cam where the timer is and pick ban. Oh, I clicked on the wrong layout, I guess. Oops. Or it didn't change. Did I ever change it back? And yeah, so right now I'm actually just kind of figure out which layout I really like. Gonna ban the mental now. I know it's Lowaddle, but my team's very weak to mental. Because I this layout I can show more stuff. If I show like the win rate and stuff, it makes it a lot easier. There's just or there's just more space to work with. But the other one is a lot nicer just because the game is bigger and so on. So I'm trying to gauge what people like a little more, but it seems like most people are kind of like, it doesn't really matter. You're playing the game and we appreciate that, which is good. I'm glad you enjoy that. But also, I can't tell what you want. If the opponent ignores Tort for a single turn, lose the game. They don't have a really strong plan to deal with it in the future. Just becomes unkillable if it gets holed up without taking damage. I haven't played against a whole lot of stall Torts. I kind of assumed that since Geno and Tsubaki weren't on it, that it's not all that great. But that must not be the case. No reactive vial on the Zyzer. course, the best tem on your team. Really? I don't doubt that. It's just I'm not used to hearing that. Like, wow, my tort is strong. Sounds a little Is my stamina wrong? My stamina must be wrong. I'm not gonna OX from this turbo. No! I thought I even coked it. I guess I was just wrong. That sucks. Whatever. Oh, should see, and then I forget to switch back to this one. Bottom strip is too large. Well, okay. Normally, if I'm streaming on this, I will go to. Nope, that is not it. That is not the one. It's this one. This one, which fills out the bottom strip more. It's just so that's what this one is designed to be at. But but then if I switch back to the, I also just realized I turned off the sound. Man, I'm just so scuffed. If I switch back here, then it cuts off the bottom, so I can't switch back and forth super easy. So if I go with this like minimalist one, I'll have to make a new layout for pickban, which isn't a problem. It's just gotta figure it out. Dang, the whip still outsped me. I guess it's turbo and plethoric, so it makes enough sense. And account for the fact that regen per turn is. I thought I calced it for 5 regen, but maybe I must have done it for like 4 regen. Way too many things to care for, to be fair. It might be better to stick with the current setup and remember to switch between both layouts. Honestly, it's not a. I think it's a bad thing to think about. I'd rather get it solved now so that when I start working on some other stream stuff, I don't have to pay attention to it anymore. What? Wow, I actually got. Was it speed arrow before? It must have been speed arrow. That's pretty good. Well, no, if it like this layout, I don't need to switch it. I would just permanently have it at the other one because I don't need to switch to this one for pickban. That's good damage. I can finish off with a goring now. This one, it was the one I need to switch for pickban, and I would make a second different custom layout for pickban if I was to go with it. Nice. Rhoulder counterplay, where? Finally, Rhoulder gets to pop off a match. Should be able to live the hook kick from Gialis as well. Hologram incoming. I'm tardy rush +2. Hologram is not outspeeding me. Stick this one and hide shot and face cam during draft. I would make another layout for pick ban. That's I'm saying. Like, it's not hard to do. I could do it very easily. I don't know if I want to stick with this one or not. Because if I ever have information I want to display, I would like having the space to do so. GG. It's like some people like seeing the win rate, the loss rate. And I don't know. So I am too indecisive to deal with it right now. So this is what we have. But I'll work on it and decide at some point. Oh, don't worry about it. It's I'm not the best at explaining things either. So. Never late or bad to make changes, just try things. Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure once I figure out the channel points, that's going to be a lot of things I'm going to try out, probably. So I want to have some fun custom ones. And one of the interesting things that I saw another streamer do is they had something that would choose like randomized images, and then it would do something with them on stream. For him, it's just they had the Twitch integrated throwing system or whatever, where it would toss it all to streamer, and it would toss like random things from a folder he had. And then one of his channel points rewards was one to throw it, and two was to add something to the little throw. And I thought that's cool because it's just like, oh, well, I mean, you can kind of permanently leave your mark on the stream if you get enough channel points, and it's just like that's something that at least to me is like super addicting. Like I would want to spend channel points on that. So for those of you that don't care as much for the other things I offer, I feel like that would be something more fun. But I don't want to do like throwing. I'd want to do something more creative, and I got to think about what it was. My first idea was like a whirlpool, like everything kind of like goes in a circle and to the center of the screen and disappears or something. But then I'm like, wait a second, this just looks like a toilet flushing. No, not the roller. I guess this team's pretty weak to Earth. 3 Earth weaknesses. 4. No, yeah, Valash. Plus 3 turbos. So tardy rush is 85%. 85% speed. Alright, I'm glad I remembered that Aohi's bad, because my team's weak to both fire and mental. Text to speech. I'm trying to let you guys have more fun, not get myself banned. I know that some people enjoy that. That's a little too risky for me. I'm sure most of you guys would be great, but who's not to say that some guy is gonna who's not like a regular comes in and trolls me just for fun, and then something happens. I don't even have moderation set up yet. I just leave it at the whatever Twitch has normally. I don't really feel like breaking through Zenrith's bulk. Yeah, I'm a shook man, makes sense. I'm gonna bring Volar in. I think it'll be good to deal with Osakai, and having something to threaten out Nessa a little bit too is also good. Certainly, it'll be nice to wall Babua and Nessa once again. And I'm just gonna go with Amphitheater, just so that I can do something against everything, because I'm fast and the plague will hit. Become the most controversial streamer in existence in 2 days instead of being the most wholesome. Yeah, that could definitely happen. Going to sleep. Have a good one. And thank you. Thanks for the tips. Enjoy your rest. Let's swap out the Chromion. He didn't have any great swaps for it, but it makes sense that he does swap. See if he hooks here. If he does, I'm faster than him. And I can get like a major slash off on Osakai. He is. Alright, I am indeed faster than him. I'm fine with the only thing Valash doing is getting a +1 major slash off on this Osakai. I am a-okay with that. But I think there's also a world where he might just Dust Vortex and Toxic Slime my move flank. I think it's a possibility. Yeah, that damage sucks. Osakai's defense is so high. I wish they wouldn't. Really wish they would leave the Tems with lopsided defenses more lopsided. Because they in like the last patch they buffed Osakai's special defense for almost no reason. Like why? It didn't need that. It was already quite strong. It did need that? No. I disagree. You get any sort of speed control on your team with an Osakai, and all of a sudden it's just like, what's stopping this from carrying this entire game? Is that a bulky Chromion? I think that's a bulky Chromion. Is it maybe like a... No, there's no way. Oh, it had Refreshing Diabolo. I missed that. I thought that was on the Osakai. Osakai had Sensei Robe? Oh man, this team is cooking. I completely missed that. Huh. Mm, I'd love to click Held Anger, but I don't think I can risk it right now. Okay, that sucks. It is indeed PI Chromion. He has the Nestle there, so it's not like I confidently know that. Well, that's interesting, though. It still got some speed invest in it. I'm gonna hope Plague Bestial kills the Chromion and that he ignores my move flank one more time, so I get this. Okay. Interesting. So I get the speed boost, and then I can click Held Anger as the fastest thing on the board with like no qualms. Gold 2 Division 1, nice. I'm just gonna use Valorant to buy some time, honestly. Just got the same Scarlet and Violet ad twice in a row. Yeah, I think it's like they're giving that ad to all of the Monster Battler streamers, it seems. Alright, we click Held Anger. Crystal Dust. He must have been OX if he if he clicked anything else. He went to DC beam too. I guess he knew his Chromion was dying. Ooh, that thing is not surviving. I don't know why I even considered the fact that it might. Oh, Scavenger. I forgot about that. The Mix Crystal Chromion combo for Big Deluge. I think it's horrible since it was suffered twice and Mix is supposed to suffer from, and we wanted to try that for a couple days. Yeah, I think it's too tough to pull off. I don't think you'd have a lot of success if you were running it, unfortunately. Alright, I Tornado. I swap out Mooflank. I Goring whatever's left of the HP bar of the Valash, and then Cernif wins against Nitzla every time. It would be fun to try the mix combo though, but I just don't think it would be all that good. Could try it with Lowaddle too. Pain. More or less playing the same team since 1.0. 1.0 must have been a really good patch. I think a lot of people were playing their 1.0 teams for a long time. That was an interesting Madness buff. Let him cook. I can't. That Valash would just like that. Valash is the only thing stopping my Cerny from ending the game. I maybe even could have just attacked the Nesla and then friend whip the Valash. Still would have been okay. I respect the Madness buff play. I think it was just like a last ditch effort sort of thing. Like maybe I'm gonna click a toxic move on the Nesla and then he'll get a Madness buff on Valash, kill my Volderen to get a heal, and then there's still space for him to work with. But no, the end game was always planned to be Cerny versus something. Well, that must have been like the worst sentence stop. I read comments and then I stopped in the middle of them. Because usually, like since I have the chat displayed now, I usually only read the first couple words of it, and then I will let just so that people know that I'm like responding to your comment. And that was just a really unfortunate stopping point. If I did stop there, which apparently I did. Oh, nice quick cue. Well, if it loads. I'll switch over to this one while we're waiting. Hiram. This is a meta team. He must be trying to push. My team's bad against mentals and fires. We'll be on the Tolkien first. I can put pressure on the Hazrat by bringing Volerend. Volerend is good against Mashuk and... Actually, it's good against most of his team. Stare. Probably looks really goofy with these glasses on. My vision's honestly horrible. The prescription in these glasses is very high. So if it looks like my face is distorted at all, that's why. I'm sure like this eye looks a little bit smaller than the other one. It's just kind of like that's kind of weird. Maybe it's just the angle. No, it's these glasses. That's how I normally look with them on. This is my day off look. Which looks pretty good to bring in here. I think. I don't know if it can live 2 feather. Probably can't. Mooflank is safer. I think I'll just go with Mooflank. 2020 size cam. Handsome. Oh, thanks. Nobody notices that. All right. Ah, you guys are great. Cernif got banned. He probably knows I want to ban his Hazrat. Uh, Cernif is good because it can finish off Saipad if it swaps out. It walls Gazuma and Oshiara as well. Even though I probably could have saved it for after this ban, but you know, whatever. I'll pick Velas just because Prio's going to be nice here. I have a feeling he's going to pick. We just go Roller. I like Roller. Anyone queuing the IGT or do you nap? I'm not doing the IGT. That's not the plan. It's just the rewards aren't worth it. I'd rather play some more ladder. Well, at least one of my times is getting a speed boost this turn. Honestly, I don't know the speed break point for if you get +1 on your Tem outspeeding Saipat. Let me cook that quick. It is one speed lower than what I'm running on Volerend. Did I base jump the 2-vine? No. Also, this 2-vine is faster than my move flank. I guess that makes sense. It's a really slow move flank. Yeah. Let's wind burst the Saipat and I don't want to swap out the move link, because it's just going to die at a turbine here. Swap in Amphitur. He just stayed in on the side pat. I guess I should have used a prio move on it. I didn't think he'd sack it like that. I almost swapped in Valash. Now I'm really glad I didn't. So he doubled for my... That was a good play by him. I could have killed his Saipat and then swapped to like Roller and got huge value, but that was not the play that I made. Gazuma's got Diabolo. I don't know what he's gonna do, honestly. It's kind of an awkward board. We're pretty even. My Volarant has speed advantage, which is nice, but it's also super squishy. His 2-vine's running out of stamina. Mizu, hey, what's up? How's it going? It's been a little while. Good to see ya. Gazuma does swap out. I debated on attacking, but I didn't know for sure. Interesting. H-slap on the Valash. That's kind of cool. I respect it. That seems like a squishy Chimerian. It definitely seems like a squishy Chimerian. Can use Rockfall. Interesting choice to bring the Mashuk back in. Not what I was expecting. Now Valash also has Ninja up. Okay. I think this game just turned a little bit into my favor. All good here. Yeah, things are going great for me. I just started my full-time job after graduation, which is something else that happened. So yeah, everything's great. It's just my time is now like new. Good to hear things are going well with you too. See, like that 2-Vine was at 0 stamina. 0. And it swaps out and has 30%? Like, it just swapped out this last turn. How did it get that much stamina back? You get the passive stamina on a 2-Vine is like 5, so it should have 10 stamina right now. I don't understand. Like, why didn't it work for me earlier with the Cernif Petal Dagger? I did not get rest stamina back that turn. I guarantee it. I just don't know why. 101 stam 2-Vine. That would still result in the same situation though. Because the more, even though you may regain more stamina, you are also your max stamina is also more, so your percentage is lower. This guy doesn't know that my Goring's still gonna outspeed his Mashuk next turn. I think this kills. Maybe it doesn't. The Cernif swap out and the thing swapped in, died, and the Cernif came back out immediately. Yes, but that's also what just happened here. That is also the wow, that is a high speed investment Mashuk. Not what I was expecting. I did not expect that high speed invest in a Mashuk. Yeah, because I didn't get hit by a Tesla or anything, so my roller should not have been that low. I guess now we find out if Gazuma has a spread option or not. 2-Vine does have Turbine up, yeah, but it's just running low on stamina. I ignore the thing for the entire game. Actually, I'm gonna Bestial Charge now. No, we're gonna Goring, just so I can potentially outspeed the Gazuma. Yeah, that's good damage. Don't think Gazuma typically runs a spread move. They almost always run either Hurricane or Electric Storm. So, I'm not sure what kind of Gazumas you're facing, but you want to trade? I was wondering whether it would have been worth clicking Major Slash on Valash this turn. Gotcha. I'm +2, so my crystal spikes will hit relatively hard. I OX if I click anything, so we just... You know, this whole time I was playing for an end game that isn't actually in my favor. I had Valoran in the back, and I wasn't even paying attention to it. He was just sacking all of his counters. Or everything Valoran countered. That was just a complete oversight on my part. Valoran doesn't win in 2-Vine endgame, ever. Off to bed. Alright, have a good night, Mr. Bossy. Rest of the matches on VOD. Yeah, I'll still be streaming for a couple more matches at least. Alright. Roller goes down here, unfortunately. I don't know if it would have been a better decision not to click Earthbreaker. Wow, it's just... That's a very high defense invest, Kazuma. Not hit like a truck with HKS? No, it doesn't. HKS honestly sucks. Plus, it's resisted. Yeah. I'm gonna blame this loss on the stupid glitch. Alright, I need Tornado into HKS to kill this thing. I don't know why my mouse is lagging. Joe, yeah. It's just for the theme of the team. It's just, I don't know why I was saving this Valorant so long. That was a complete oversight. We'll see how much HKS does. It's going to do like 20% at most. I stand corrected. It was almost 30%. Not bad. Not bad. Still don't know why this 2-Vine's getting so much stamina back though, but, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, this was a meta team though. Like, the fact that we got that close against like straight meta, exactly what you, like, wasn't that like exactly what... Who was running the SciPad variation on their team? I don't remember. GG's. It was a tough matchup. If I was paying attention more, I think I could have pulled it out. I only picked the Vola that matchup just to threaten out the Hazrat because my team's so bad, so weakened to fire. And then I banned the Hazrat. Yeah. Quite close to what won Worlds. It actually looked like Anhalash's variation with the Saipat. I think he's a Saipat believer. Can't remember exactly though. Maybe it was Kunders that had the Saipat. But yeah, it was like maybe 1 or 2 difference from what won Worlds. And I mean, it won for a reason. They're all good Tems. Here I am using like Rhoulder and Cernif. So, I'll take getting even that close. I should have stayed in and challenged the Gazama. That's what I should have done. I considered it. I don't know if I said it out loud, but I thought about it. GG. Yeah, you got me. That one was a tough matchup. I ended up saving my Volaran the whole game for nothing. That you did good by sacking all the things that it was good into. I wasn't paying attention to that until it was too late. Cernif is a good time. You take that. No. Cernif is, well, was there a single Cernif in Worlds? Was there? Too tired to queue? Fair enough. Well, welcome, and you can relax and watch me play more Rhoulder. Don't make Nagai's meta, it's only gonna make Rhoulder worse. Did I not queue up? I didn't. Did not queue up. Alright, nice. That was a pretty quick queue. We got a rematch here. So that's fun. We're gonna still be on the Tort and then pick the Cerny for and/or Amphitheater. This was not the bulky Chromion. This is the speedy Chromion. Saw a lot of the guys in East Tourney. I mean, I don't think any of the players were taking East Tourneys seriously. It's just most of the top players are all playing meme teams, just trying to cook as much as we can with the limited options available. I know a lot of people were on Raiken, and Nagai's pairs relatively well with that, so I'm sure that had something to do with it. This looks familiar, doesn't it? New Tems when? Well, we'll get like 12 new Tems as soon as Koish is fixed. Not a lot of Tems compared to Pokemon. Pokemon may have like over 1,000 Pokemon, but how many of them do you actually see in the competitive scene? I stopped into Rishi's stream earlier today, and it looks like the same stuff every single time. They probably have less effective Tems than we do in Temtem. So I think what we have is awesome. I don't think we need new Tems. I think we just need to fix the Tems that we have. If we could create, or well, if Crema could create the like most well balanced, not like chess balanced, but like enough where everything is potentially viable. Every Tem is potentially viable. That would be plenty for me. I wouldn't care about anything else, Temtem wise. Also, my mouse is like really lagging. It's kind of a pain. If it keeps this up, I might end a bit early and try and solve it. It's gonna take a bit. Flutter Mane's at 50% of all teams. Ugh. Yikes. Don't want to play Freeze or Sleep at the moment. So High Diamond is very speedy, so why not Turbo? Yeah. High Diamond is definitely. Well, it's funny that it's either super fast or super slow. Like recently, I've been running into so many stall teams, way more than I have in previous metas. It's just people are experimenting. Nice double gash. At least 100 of the 164 are viable. Are there even 100 fully evolved Tems? That does half. Iron Coating War Drum paid. I had to change my Mushook stamina. I played like 3 games and I completely forgot all of them. I want to keep Amphitheater alive as something to do with Whiplump. And even Goldsy to an extent. He might see this coming because this is what I did last time, but I think that's okay. Guys came out and casuals barely cared. Finished the layer and quit again. Don't give Chroma enough credit. Like compared to other games, they're good at balancing. Yeah, I agree. Definitely appreciate what Chroma's all done here. I only find like for stall a lot of different teams. I guess it varies. It varies a lot. Good at creating bugs. That they are as well. If he doubles into Rhoulder, that's really bad for me. I'm hoping he doesn't, because Goldsy diffuses my reactive vial, so I'd still be weak to the Soul Shout. Yeah, dang. I should have swapped in move flank there. Just didn't want to. Valash swap into 2 melees. Good plan. Intervals are so long on balance. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the issue. Did a lot of damage. Center Typer hurts. Goring will take out the Chromion if I can get it off. Since he split attacks, I don't get the boost I wanted. Hasty microwaves. Okay, that's fair. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Microwaves alone wouldn't have done it. Don't play at this time. More 4 to 8 hours before. Yes. And normally I've been playing usually an hour or two later. So that could definitely cause the difference. That was also yeah, he had an adrenaline shot. I'm not confident this wastewater kills the Goldsy. In fact, I'm pretty sure it won't. So that's why I'm doubling in here. I hope this Goldsy doesn't have Sif, but if it does, that'll hurt. Yeah, I should have Crystal Bite up. I don't think he used either of its hold moves after turn 1. I don't think Gialis is what swaps out for the Whip Lump. Interesting. That's one way to do it. Definitely needed the Bestial. If with any luck, the Bestial will take down the Whip Lump below Plethoric, but I don't think it matters. I don't have enough speed on my Mashuk for it to affect anything at all. It does. Could I have swapped in Amphitheater there? Yes. Did I? No. Because this is the play I called. And he called the other one. Good game. Good game. That one was super close. He was expecting my Amphitheater to come in, so that's why he made that play. And to give him credit, I like that would have been the optimal play, but I predicted that he would predict me to make the. Oh, not one. Remember when you made a new team and every single SV started at 1? Ah, Crema balance. 42's the goal. I found that out the hard way. Too much Yanni for now. Bedtime. Been nice to see you. Take care. Yeah, you can use well Ninja. I'm hoping that I can continue these earlier streams on weekends so that I can still see you guys during the week on stream. Yeah, always good to see you. Have a good night. Wastewater, no turbo, wind synergy. I must have calced it for like perfect jab, because perfect jab is the 43 breakpoint. So if you're running like uppercut and perfect jab instead of heli kick, you go 43. Yeah, we've been streaming quite a while. I'm probably just gonna do one more match and then call it, because my stomach is rumbling. Let's see, overall like thoughts on the team while we wait. We haven't got to play Cernif as much as I hoped. I wanted to test it out a little bit more. I guess Cernif and Raiken are actually eating a lot of bans. It's kind of weird that they're two monotypes, but they're eating the most bans. Cernif doesn't even have any synergies for Water Cutting Lily. Put Mao. It definitely fits the theme, but I didn't want. I already have 3 mental weaknesses, and my only crystal is Valash, which takes neutral damage from mental. So if I let any mentals through at all, I would just lose. Plus, Mao's too strong. If I'd swapped it, I guess I'd probably swap it from a Shook, but I don't want to do that. If I'm playing Moala at all, it's going to be Haka, but I'm hoping that they add Boomerang to it soon so that I can run Meme Haka a lot better. So that would be fun. I would enjoy that. Just run Boomerang, Transient, Haito, and Nito. Then it would be fun. Haka's doo-doo, maybe if it lost Zenmed. I don't know, there's some breakpoints you can hit through Haka. Normally stuff that you would ignore, and you get the Haka boost on it, it's just like, oh, okay. It's still a pretty good pivot, too. I don't know. It's definitely more of a meme pick right now, but it would be fun to give it a solid try. Boomerang Moala. The thing's literally, its weapon is a boomerang, and I think I heard in its Tempedia entry that it actually talks about inventing the boomerang. Okay, I was wrong. Maybe it was just like a dialogue somewhere that says Moala like invented the boomerang. So it's kind of weird that it doesn't have the move. Randomly got a Luma Mal the other day while looking for Taikos and for free time. Oh, that's awesome. Too bad it wasn't a Taiko though. But both are still really good, so that's awesome. Nice. Really hope they won't over nerf Mao. Do you think one turn of Hypno is okay? Yeah, I agree. I hope that they don't. I hope they don't do anything more than that either. But you never know. Offensive breakpoints are a scam. Sure feels like it. Luma rates are highest when you don't expect them. I've only gotten 1 Luma when I didn't expect it, and it was pretty hilarious. I was just waiting at... I mean, I've gotten 2 full odds Lumas. One of them was a Koish, and it's just like getting a Luma while Koish fishing is like, okay. But my most surprising Luma is I was waiting for Kisiwa Dojo Wars, and... Because back before the most recent Dojo Wars update, you had to wait like 20 minutes. So there was a whole bunch of us just emoting right outside the dojo, waiting for the next match to start. And so when you emote, you actually get off of your mount. So I had gotten off of my mount, was just trying to run to the flag to get ready to start, and then all of a sudden, boom, Luma Acronox. It's just like, what? I love Acronox, but I already had a perfect Luma of it at the time. And I was just like, hold on, did somebody send me a friendly battle and I just accepted it out of habit? And there's just like a Luma here? Like, why? It was so so weird. It took me like half a second to process, and I'm like, wait, I gotta catch this thing. I gotta match in just a little bit. I caught it and made it to the match. I don't remember if I won or lost though. All right, so Yaohe is still a threat. Mashuk gets banned this time. I don't remember if it was I think it was second ban last time. This is the tanky PI Chromion. Cernief is good. Cernief is good. Got a random Paharik during story. Your luck with Park has been absolutely abysmal. Yeah, Park speeds like that. People call it Scam Park, and I kind of agree. It's the madness buffer. It is the madness buffer. I wonder what he's gonna click here. No Rhoulder. That makes me want to ban Zenareth. But for lead purposes, Bobble would be better to ban. But, you know, we'll just ban the Zenareth anyways. I just don't have enough tools to take it down. And I want to use my Raiken on lead. I can still pick Amphitheater. Amphitheater, I think it's a ton of value this game. Muflank's also good. It outspeeds most of his Tems, and he's got no mentals remaining. I'll pick Volarand. I don't think Volarand gets too much value, but any amount is okay, even if it's just a pivot. Regional got Luma Scale during his glory. After that, kind of creates a lift scale and scunch. Aw, that's perfect. Trying to get an Orphill on and off the whole week and still nothing. Yeah, some weeks it seems to give you everything you could possibly want. Other weeks it's just like, nope, you get nothing. Yeah. The side DC beam into the madness buff. Okay, so that's his plan. That's fair. I like that. If it's low enough though, I'm just gonna rush it. And if it's not, then I just swap in Mooflank for synergy. Ooh, that's really close. Do you guys think this is the max HP Valash? We're gonna risk it. We're gonna say it's not. We're gonna say it's not a max HP Valash. Yeah, it's. Oh, that's perfect. So that's their like pounding. I'm angry. I'm sorry. I'm so. Oh, he actually cancels my adrenaline shot though, so I will still be OX next turn. If this was Wukul, I didn't need Wukul though. Oh, you mean turn 1? Yeah, but now I get the boosts. The game's relatively over. We Pedal Dagger the Chromion, swap in Amphitheater. Amphitheater plagues the Chromion, then we like front with the Babua again, and then just GG. Maybe a Gaia instead of Frond Whip. Yeah, he's gonna give me a Pigment Inverter. That's so cool. If nothing else, I appreciate that he's trying to do something different. Actually, yeah, we're... Oh, the Diabolo proc too. So it's specifically for that Valash combo, I bet. Because you get the Madness buff, you get the Diabolo, you get the Scavenger procs. Probably back up to full health after that. I want to keep Cerny for around. I was going to keep it in. It's probably more valuable if I swap it out. We can swap in Volarant here anyways. Could use a common factor. Maybe he'll attack my Amphitheater this turn. Not sure. Mom's lunch too. That's a little interesting. Rip my stamina. Never seen this many nullifies. There's not a whole lot. I feel like there's just not nearly enough ways to play around the status. I wonder if he's got rend on the Valash for fun too. That'd be great. Why are you plaguing the 2-wire? There's a Nestle back there. That's why. They are not very happy. They really haven't gotten any reads right this game. It's very unfortunate for them. Thank you, like you. Yeah, GG. We're actually moving up in rank today. That is good. Cerny's put in work there. For sure. I was debating on playing another, but I'm very hungry. And I think somebody's making food upstairs and it smells good. So, gonna have to call it here today unless, yeah. Alright. I was gonna leave it on the roller stream, but then I'm like, oh, what if a Luma spawns? We'll save that for the next time. Alright, so that's going to be all for me today. This team was a lot of fun. I keep forgetting to share the codes, and I already closed Temtem. But I have been putting them in the descriptions of my YouTube videos. If anyone's interested in trying them out for yourself, maybe making some changes, or just trying them as is, you are more than welcome. I just realized stream win rate is gone. I'm trying out some different scenes. I still have an old one with the win rate. It's right here. People were saying that they really. I've heard that some people don't like cluttered streams, and other people that don't like streams that aren't unique enough. So it's just kind of like I'm getting mixed reviews. I might do like a poll at some point once I figure out how to do polls. Maybe at some point when we have like a lot of viewers, even though we've had quite a few lately. It's awesome to see. I'm glad this game's still alive. I was a little worried after Worlds that it would kind of die out, but numbers are still way up there. Still getting a lot of attention, so that it's good to see. Polls are easy. Yeah, I think I could just use it through the stream manager. But yeah, that's gonna be all the games today. No guarantees I'll be back tomorrow. I'll try. Depends on what the plan is. Don't know. So yeah, thank you all so much. Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you all so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.